Hello guys, how's it going? I'm Chase Lee and welcome to Real Reviews Live, where I'm going to review a movie live, and if you are watching live, you can comment in a place to ruffle my face and let me know what you think of this movie, or if you even heard of it. If you want to talk about whatever, I'm here for you. So what am I holding? Oh yeah, I'm continuing my coverage of the Dallas International Film Festival, and this review is going to focus on Five Flights Up, and this stars Morgan Freeman and Diane Keaton, and it also stars that's her name, Cynthia Nixon. She was on Sex and the City. Don't care, didn't watch the show. So here's what Five Flights Up is about. Over one crazy weekend, a longtime married couple played by Diane Keaton and Morgan Freeman discovered that finding a new apartment is not about winding down, but starting a new adventure. So first of all, I gotta say that this was my second movie of the festival, and it was packed. This was a packed house, and according to the producer, we were the first people in this country to see this movie. Why Dallas, Texas? I have no idea. But it premiered at TIFF last year, and that's in Toronto. So this was the first screening in this country. So cool, glad to be a part of it. There was a lot of old people in there. Not gonna lie, because this couple is focused more on an older demographic. Now, what did I think of the movie? I thought it was okay. I think the biggest problem about this movie, I'm not gonna remember it. I'm really not. It's one of those like kind of feel good movies. You know, it kind of makes you reflect on life a little bit, and just makes you appreciate life in your future coming years or whatever. So it was okay, and it was very forgettable. But I will say the strongest points were Morgan Freeman and Diane Keaton. I actually believe them as a couple, and I really enjoyed it. So let's break this down. So it's directed by, hold on, Richard Loncraine. I don't know if that's it, but he does create like this really cool a dynamic and chemistry between them to make it where we believe that they are a couple, and they have been for 40 years, which they say they were married for that long in the film. Because the one thing I like about both of them is that they are different in their own way. Like Morgan Freeman is more of like, he doesn't like to take chances. He doesn't like to really put himself out there that much. And Diane Keaton's character, she's very eccentric, and she likes to meet people and stuff, and she likes to just be more out and about and be, I guess, more positive thinking. She's more of a optimist, and he's more of a pessimist. And so I really like the dynamic that he created for these two. But essentially, the story is just okay. What I just read is exactly what it is. It takes course over a weekend, and they have an apartment, and Diane Keaton's niece is a realtor, and she's trying to sell the apartment so they can go get a new one. And the couple has some conflictions. They're just like, do we really even want to move? Is this what we want right now in life? Because they're getting older, and they actually live 5 flights up a stairs. There's the title. And so they're starting to get old, and they can't really. I'm not saying Morgan Freeman is decrepit or anything, but they can't really walk or anything. Their knees are hurting and stuff. So. But this is their first apartment together, so it has a lot of sentimental value, and that's why it's kind of hard for them to let go. So I really like that. Like I said, love the chemistry between them two. I actually like the character development between them two. I love their backstory. They just seem like a genuine, real couple that we would see in real life. The story kind of takes a weird direction because there's a subplot of a terrorist on a bridge with a potential bomb, and like he's running throughout the city, and the cops are trying to chase him. It kind of felt out of place, but not really, because I understand, because they're trying to sell the house, and not everyone wants to come by there because the neighborhood's bad with the guy in it. I understand that. And Morgan Freeman at the very end kind of explains, like, because they finally catch the guy on television, and he's just like a little kid or whatever, and Morgan Freeman's like, we got all worked up over nothing. Like, this is dumb. Like, I'm not gonna lie, every person that was below the age of 40 in this movie was portrayed as an a-hole. Like, they really were. Like, they hated life. They were very sarcastic and just bitter all the time. And it's like, dear God, is that what my generation's like? I just hated every single person that was below the age of 40 in that movie. I was like, oh my God, like, chill out a little bit. Like, so worked up and just so judgmental on everything. It just makes you want to punch them. Like, when people are coming into, the couple's apartment or whatever, there's like, it's old, it looks like my grandma's, and it's like, you a-hole, like, this is their apartment. They have a lot of memories here. This is special to them. Like, you're just kind of crapping all over them. So, all the young people in this movie, man, like, now I sound old, but so, like, with that story element, like, I understand, like, with Morgan Freeman's, like, kind of metaphor of, like, things are going crazy around the world and, people just need to slow down and kind of just see the bigger picture. I get that. But the whole terrorist subplot, it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. So, the directing, for the most part, is fine. It's a nice little charming story about this couple that is believable. It's just some things about the story I didn't really care for. And it's kind of a bland, not a bland story, but, like, there's really nothing that happens in terms of, like, the whole movie's, like, set in, like, 2 apartments in the streets. Like, that's it. So, I mean, it's just really nothing inventive. I guess that's the best way to put it. But it is a nice, charming story, and I do commend the director for that, at least. Acting, like I said, Freeman and Keaton. Who would have thought they would have chemistry? And I'm really glad that this movie took a chance with interracial couple. And they even touched on some racial stuff in the movie with younger Diane Keaton, dating younger Morgan Freeman. And so, it touches on that a little bit, but that's not the main focus of the movie. The main focus is about this couple loves each other, and they essentially just wants what's best for them, and trying to figure out their life and what they want on their path. So the thing was it was a subplot, and I'm glad that they touched on that, because I'm all for interracial couplings in movies. I'm glad that they're mixing it up a little bit, and it wasn't just some 2 random white actors. I'm glad that there was, like, that little bit of depth with Morgan Freeman being black and her being white. I really like that. So I commend them on that with the filmmakers. So I guess that goes in the directing. But as far as the acting goes, they are off the charts. I hated Cynthia Nixon, and that's just because it was her character. But excuse my language, but she was a bitch. She was just hardcore all over the place. It's like, whoa, calm down. I know Sex and the City ended years ago, but you don't have to throw a fit over it. I'm just kidding. But I mean, she was kind of annoying, and I hate everyone else. But there was a vet, a veterinarian, whatever. He was nice. He was a cool guy. But everyone else was just so rude and just so obnoxious. I just hated them. But their coupling of Morgan Freeman and Diane Keaton, dynamite. Love their chemistry. I like their characters' backstories, and just they felt like a nice, warm, cute little couple that you can kind of just, like, look up to. And if you're feeling not really hopeful in your love life, then you can go look at them and be like, you know what, I'm gonna find someone like that one day, and we're gonna have a good life and grow old together. So it kind of gives you hope. But that's more of my personal life. But it might work for some people. So cinematography, it's really nothing inventive. Like I said, it takes place in, like, 2 apartments in the streets. Standard shots. I mean, it really is. Most of the apartments that they're in, like, there's a lot of windows open and there's a lot of sunlight coming in. So it's, like I said, it's really nothing inventive. It's clean. It's a cleanly shot movie. So there's that. So editing wise, this movie's an hour and a half, and I think it's perfect because, like I said, it happens over a weekend. It's like a few days, and they're trying to sell this apartment, and everything's just going crazy. Like, the realtors are calling everyone. They're on a caffeine spree. Like, they're just, like, bouncing off the walls. And, Morgan Freeman and Diane Keaton, they're just really kind of, they're calmer, and they're just, kind of, like, looking at life differently and stuff. And that's just the way they were brought up. And so, I mean, there's a nice pace to it with the whole, like, realtor talking business and stuff. It's intriguing. And there's a subplot with their dog and stuff. So, like, there's a lot of stuff to keep you invested, but it's also something that you're not going to really remember, especially if you see like a ton of movies a year. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to remember this when I get to my top 10 at the end of the year. I'm just really not. But that's not to say it wasn't engaging. I was like, I thought it'd be boring. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was gonna be so boring I was gonna fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep because I was actually intrigued as to what was gonna happen and stuff, even though I kind of knew how it was gonna end and stuff. So, I mean, it was, like I said, it was nice and charming. It was cute, but I'm not gonna remember it. And so for that reason, I'll give it a. I really don't want to give it a 5 because that's a rotten review. I'll give it a 6. I think it barely skates by. I'll give it a fresh because it's not an awful movie, but they're, like I said, some of the characters are just super unlikable, and there's a lot of stuff that happens where it's kind of emotional, manipulative, but it was still enjoyable. And I think the reason why I'll give it fresh is because this is more targeted towards an older crowd, and my whole audience was filled with elderly couples and stuff and elderly people, and they really enjoyed it. And I think with that being said, me giving it a 6 out of 10 is great because I think if you were in that age demographic, I think you will love it 10 times more. So that's just my opinion on Five Flights Up. What have you even heard of Five Flights Up? Did you see it at TIFF last year or anything? Comment in the place where we'll blow my face and let me know. And as always, thanks for watching my reviews. I'm Chase Lee, and till next time for whatever I have to review next live, and it'll be another Dallas International Film Festival selection. So let me play my outro music. See you guys later. Have a good day, good night, goodbye.